try this again. Alright, if you're tuning in later on, alright, so, in theory, we are going live now, and some people will be able to tune in and ask me some questions. I just went live for 25 minutes talking to myself, wondering why no one was tuning in, and then as soon as I got off, I got on YouTube, and there's a different interface, and it showed me different information, and it showed me that no one was, people were trying to watch, and left comments saying, hey, it's not working, but it didn't go through into my interface that's on this page right here. And so I did not catch that. So here's try number 2 to see if perhaps this time the technology will work. And there, B-Wise just tuned in. It tells me 0 people are watching, but B-Wise just chimed in saying, yes, it works. Now it's telling me 1 person is watching. Technology has decided to work. That's amazing. So, yeah, that's frustrating. I literally just recorded talking to no one for 25 minutes straight. I was like, why isn't anyone joining in? This has never happened before that no one joined in. And then as soon as I stopped, clicked on over to a different page, and it told me, like 3 different people were like, it's not working. It's just looping. Okay, let's try again. I try again, and within 30 seconds, a bunch of people are here. So awesome. So I'll give you the quick version of what I said in the 25-minute video where I wasn't talking, and then if you guys want to throw some questions my way, we can start answering some questions. So, number 1, the reason I'm wearing a black tank top and drinking this weird stuff is I came straight from the gym, and then I went straight from the gym, and right before I started trying to shoot this dealio, I did a quick photo shoot. I got my Predator review dropping tomorrow, and so then for my Predator review, I wanted to try and do at least mimic the machoism with the gun and the flexing stuff. So hit the gym, and so now I'm doing my post-workout drink while I'm talking to you. That's number 1. Number 2, I took this last week off. 2 different reasons. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. My wife is 8.5 months pregnant. She's due any day now. I mean, she could have the baby at any point in time, and the baby would be very healthy, and we'd all be good to go. And the baby's due in 2-3 weeks from now. So this is our last time as a family of 4. We only have so much stuff we got to get done. So it's just like, let's take some time off, get some stuff done at the house, prep for the rest of the year for my channel. I mapped out, I got calendars mapping out everything for the rest of the year, every date, like what videos I'm going to do. Like, we're going to have comic book content every week. I want to have some deeper cuts every week, and just trying to do all that stuff. So I have a diversity of content, interesting content, map that out for all the way through the end of the year. And then, likewise, just had some fun with my family and went out on some dates and stuff like that, fun little things like that. So, yeah. Rich Review says there's an echo sound. I don't know what you're hearing. I don't know how to fix that. I guess I can turn that off and back on, but I have no clue how to fix an echo sound at this moment in time because there's no change in my setup. So then we just had some fun as a family. So that's reason number 1, just family stuff, getting ready for new baby. Reason number 2, it's just good to take breaks, especially with YouTube, where there's just a constant stream of new things happening, new things to post about, and that just, the grind of it can be a little bit exhausting at a certain point in time. For me, the grind is probably a little bit worse simply because it's, the comments section and trying to respond to everyone. I like to respond to as many people as possible. If people ask me questions, I want to respond to it. And I'm not very good at moderating that. And so I just kind of either have to turn it on or off. I like taking a week off is psychologically good for me to be like, hey, I don't have to respond to everything. It's okay for me to not respond to things and not feel guilty about that. So that's what this week was, just kind of a rest, get some stuff done for the family, a bunch of things like that, and really did map out this entire rest of the year and have some big plans for what I'm hoping to do with all of that. So yeah, and my car broke down, so that's pretty fun. Got fixed and everything, but I went to a screening of the movie Kin, 25 miles away to theater. Car broke down as I was pulling into the parking garage. So then the next day I had to drive over there to get my car towed. And then the third day in a row, I went to go see Searching there at a screening. So busy times. Yeah, so there you go. All right, let me see what questions we got in here. Connor Muse says, love the Wonder Woman poster. This one right. Where's my arms? There we go. Yeah, it's a good one. That's one of the first ones I bought. Whenever I first started buying these posters, this one was in that original batch. This Star Wars one was the original one I bought, and I bought that one like 2-3 years ago, and that's what inspired me to get these other ones. So, yeah. So Connor says, is that new? No, that's literally when I bought my first batch. I bought that one in there. But when I talk about DCU movies, this one probably makes appearances. But like I try and balance them out so they're stylistically the same. And so I have several that are like comic book covers that are DC. And so then I might have used the comic book cover ones. And so, but it's not new. It just hasn't. It doesn't fit as well into some of my sets of posters, so it hasn't made as many appearances. Also on the Echo, I also moved my mic closer, so in theory, that should help a little bit. Richard says, you went to see Happy Time Murders. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go see it, just for the obvious reasons. You know, my channel, I don't, some of that stuff, not crazy about there's a level of crassness at point in time where I go, you're just being crass as your punchline as opposed to having something clever to say. And the trailer was half and half of just like, that's a little clever, and just like, this is just unbelievably crass just because it's puppets. That's the punchline. So it just doesn't interest me, and it's not something I would review for my channel because I just don't cover things like that on my channel. I don't want to support it. Rich Review says, I actually enjoyed the Google Hangout. Yeah, I'll do it again. So the last couple weeks, last couple of times I did these, I did Google Hangouts so we could actually video chat. I'll do that again. They're a lot more stressful for me because I'm trying to moderate a discussion, whereas here, I'm just reading it. Everything's just me talking, responding to comments. Whereas if there's a group of people chatting, I have to try and balance it out. So one person's talking to me, hey man, all right, let's move on to the next person and try and have a conversation. That's actually a good bit more stressful for me, but it's also a lot more engaging to be able to actually talk with you guys and have video chats with you. It's pretty cool, but we'll do it again. But it's like it's coming back. I'm going to shoot a video after this. I came from the gym. I was editing this morning, I edited some this morning. I was editing last night. I just didn't want the stress of having to do all the full shebang of everything I'm working on. B Wise also prefers the Google Hangouts. I will do it again. I'll probably do it again next week. Rich Reviews, Happy Time Review was my 30th movie review of the year. Rich Reviews, without a TV show to watch, considering that the 100th season had its finale. There's so much out there to watch. B Wise says, how was Kin? Kin was good, not great. I'm actually under embargo. I can't go do my full review until I think Tuesday or Wednesday. I appreciate what they were trying to do. And I got to meet the directors. The directors were at the showing of it too. And they signed a poster and everything. So I got my picture taken with the directors and everything. There's a bunch of things about it I wanted to like more, but it's kind of like two stories at the same time. And the balance between the two of them, it's two stories at the same time. That it's not like separate stories. They're like same people at the same time, but it's like the family drama and the sci-fi stuff. It's a very interesting drama, interesting mix. I just don't know if it fully worked. I thought about recording my review a couple days ago right after I saw it, and I've just been thinking about it, trying to come up with what Like, what do I want to do with it? This is one of those ones that I wish I had someone to talk with about the movie or some other reviews to watch to kind of get a vibe for how did other people process it? And the movie's intended to do that. So that's one of the reasons I'm even struggling how to do my review for it, because I don't know how to talk about it without saying too much, spoiling too much. And speaking in general, the director stated that one of the things they wanted to do with the movie is make a movie that after you leave the theater, you talk about it with your friends. And I went by myself, and so I had no one to talk with it. And like, we're under embargo. The director's like, please don't spoil this and this about the movie. There's some really specific things that have been kept under wraps about the movie. And so, like, I'm sitting here just in my own thoughts, like, I just want to talk with someone about it. And that's what my channel's about. But even I can't even do that because I don't know what to do with it. So it's good and it's more interesting. So I'm going to go see it a second time with one of my buddies. So I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was good. Jumping down, 2 questions. I'll come back to John McCain. Connor says, how was Searching? So I posted in my review for Searching this morning. So my full thoughts on it are there. So I don't want to spend time on here talking about something I already talked about. I thought Searching was great. Kin was good. Searching was great. And some of the ideas when does a movie accomplish what it's trying to do? And I thought that Kin didn't fully accomplish what it was trying to do. It was good, interesting, ideas I liked, good performances, but it didn't fully work with what they were trying to do. Searching, I thought, I was struggling to think of how you could do a better version of what they were trying to do with that movie. So you can check out my review for it. It's already on my channel. Rich Reviews, any thoughts on John McCain? Not really. There's not really too many things for me to say. Obviously he's a war hero, deserves our respect, and then a senator, a public servant, all great things. But I don't want to just overly romanticize my thoughts on him or anything like that when I wasn't crazy about some of the stuff he's been doing the last few years. I don't know if there's a point in time I did like it. So I don't want to chime in too much on a guy that I didn't have strong enough thoughts on him, except to say that he seemed to be. Thought it was odd how pro-war he was, considering he was a POW for a number of years, and he's a lot more pro-war than I am. And so I think I was supportive of him in 2000. I was pretty dumb in 2000. I was only 18 in 2000, so I don't know that I had too many intelligent things to say back when he was originally running for president. And then I normally vote libertarian as somewhat of a. I just want to break up the two-party system. I just want to chop this thing up because I don't like the idea that we take all the issues and we break it into two, like you're on this side or this side. That's crazy to me. And that's not the way most people actually think. And so I tend to, all right, what's the third option in the mix? So I've been doing that pretty much since the 2008 when he was the actual candidate. But yeah, I don't have strong thoughts, say we should honor someone that was a public servant and a war hero. And that's the big thing to talk about in light of his passing. And it's not really a tragedy or anything like that. He was 81, very full life, accomplished great things, did great things. That's a good life. That's dying at 81 with his life is by no means a tragedy. It's your boy. Anyone hear about what went down in Jacksonville? Tragic stuff. All I saw was the headline. I don't know any specifics. I saw something bad had happened, but I don't know any more than that to be able to say anything. Ryan O'Toole, hey Sean, hope all is well and enjoyed your break. I did. It's pretty nice. There's just, as much as I enjoy doing all of this and enjoy getting back to doing it, and it was like I had to stop myself a few times, like, all right, should I shoot some videos in advance and should I do this and should I? It's like no. This is intentionally I have to stop myself. And even I was supposed to take a whole break from Twitter. I got on Twitter a few times and posted a few things I was doing on Twitter. And so, so even in my attempts to take a break, I didn't fully take a break, but I'm not very good at. I like to get stuff done. I'm a kind of a workaholic type person, but yeah, it was nice to not, in particular, not feeling the weight of constant comments. That's the big one. The biggest and most important thing for me is getting away from the comment section and not seeing a bunch of people telling me, you're amazing, I love you, why didn't you post this video, why didn't you post video, I hate you, you're the worst, this is the dumbest. Getting away from all of that, which is getting that much of input feedback from people daily is consistently year-round is probably not the best thing. I'm probably going to work into my schedule like every Saturday or Sunday. I don't respond to comments at all or something like that. And I'll talk with you guys on here. Probably do Sundays, and I'll talk with you guys on here because it's not like I'm trying to get away from people, but the stream of comments is it's tiring. Rich Reviews. Apparently, Brian Henson wanted to make the film for more than a decade. Rich Reviews said, sub to your other channel. Thank you. Thanks, man. I've got I've got all this footage from going to a Comic-Con and then going to Interspace Caverns with my family this week and some pool stuff. I've got a whole bunch of stuff for a bunch of vlogs over on my other channel. I'm still learning how to make those videos. It's a different type of video and trying to figure out how to tell a story and have something engaging. So while still doing this channel, and then I took the whole break last week. So I've got some stuff that I think is interesting and kind of gives you a better picture of what my life looks like in general. Connor Muse says, would you ever consider doing a video showing all of your Blu-rays? Yeah. I mean, I did one a year ago. And it's my Blu-rays and DVDs, so it's 3 hours long. So I already have done that, but I have it on my schedule. Like I mentioned, I mapped out everything I'm looking to do for the rest of the year, and that's one of the things I'm going to do. That's at some point in time, I'm going to go through my Blu-ray collection. So the actual ones that I currently watch have recently purchased, and not just like stacks and stacks and stacks of DVDs that I've acquired randomly all throughout the 20 years now. So soon that will be happening soon. So you will get that video in not 3 hours long, something much more concise and watchable. Rich Reviews. Weird to know that Searching is from the studio that made Resident Evil and Underworld movies. Yeah, sometimes there's studios are interesting things. And so yeah, they're interesting. Like the way that some of them are very niche in what they do, and other ones are very broad in what they do. So I haven't dug too deep into this one to see how interesting some of that stuff is. Richard Review says, are you planning to watch the Jack Ryan series? Yes, absolutely planning to watch the Jack Ryan series. Over the last 2 weeks, I've watched all of the Jack Ryan movies except the Chris Pine one, and we're watching that tonight because it's his birthday. Next Saturday, I plan to rank the Jack Ryan movies, and then that Saturday or whenever I get it done, I plan on reviewing it. I don't know if I will review it. Kind of depends on what I'm feeling, how quickly I'm able to watch the whole series, but I do plan on watching it next weekend. It's a boys. Are you planning to see the MCU re-releases in IMAX this coming weekend? Nope. I just don't have time. It's not something that would be on my radar to do that. And there's not IMAX theaters near my house. And so some of that stuff just kind of turns into it. Doing that means there's other things I'm not able to do. And so there's a lot of kind of cool experiences that I have to skip out on because I'm trying to continue to make content for my channel. And so, if I want to watch all the Jack Ryan movies and Jack Ryan, the TV series, be able to talk about the Jack Ryan series on my channel, I can't go see, MCU movies at the IMAX since I could watch them at my home if I wanted to watch them. So, if I was going to go to an IMAX, I'd want to go to the Bob Bullock one to really see it in IMAX, and that's downtown Austin. It's quite a trek down there, quite the adventure. And so I normally have to miss out on that kind of stuff because I want to be able to do more things and not just I'm not trying to just be niche Marvel. So yeah. Rich Reviews. I recently had a thought about this. Here's an amazing idea for you: do all of the Lifetime Channel original movies. That would require me to watch Lifetime original movies. So I don't know if I've ever seen a Lifetime original movie. So to rank all of them would require me to watch dozens of movies that I've never seen before or had thoughts about them. So I don't think so. Ryan O'Toole, not sure if you talked about it already, but what are your thoughts on the Oscars adding the Outstanding Popular Film category? I think it's a little bit like them admitting that they're out of touch. So it's like a Band-Aid for a bullet hole, or it's them not understanding what they are or what they're trying to be or wanting to be too many things. So back in the 90s, even back in the early zeros, there was overlap between what was a popular movie and what was considered an Oscar Best Picture movie. You look at the ones, Saving Private Ryan, Shakespeare in Love, Braveheart, Gladiator, Forrest Gump. These are movies that everybody loved. And everybody went to go. They made tons of money. To this day, people love them. And, people will debate, like, Forrest Gump, should that have really won? And then the ones that they propose are Pulp Fiction, hit movie, or Shawshank Redemption, a movie that was become a cult classic. People love it. And they're movies that the general audience loves, and they're well made for a general audience as well as for cinephiles and Best Picture type people. And over the last 10 years, it seems like there's been more and more of a kind of a shifting towards the Best Pictures being important rather than popular, or being like the movies that have something to say. And so then cinephiles and people that only see kind of obscure things watch them. And you look at the Best Picture nominations, and they're not movies that most of the general audiences see. There's a couple of them in there that were popular films, and then there's like 5, 6 movies that you're like, what are these movies? Like, that for the general population, they don't know what they are. They haven't seen them. Even look at, like, I had not seen most of the Best Picture nominees last year, and some of that's the way my channel played out last year. There's several things that factor into that aren't just them. Some of that's just on me. But if I have a channel that's talking about movies and I didn't see a bunch of the Best Picture nominees, that tells you something about the gap between the general audience and the people that are at the Oscars. And so they're starting to realize this several years back that fewer people are watching. Well, fewer people are watching because they haven't seen the movies that are nominated. Because they don't care about all these movies that they haven't seen, which one's going to win of the movies that they haven't seen. As opposed to, well, is it going to be, I don't know, whatever. I don't know who was running against Gladiator or Braveheart. Well, so you can jump back to 94. When people actually saw Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and Shawshank Redemption, they're like, which one of these great movies is going to win? When it's between 5 movies they haven't seen, 10 movies they haven't seen, they're not drawn to see the actual show of it. And so then suddenly we're like, let's get Dave Franco and Anne Hathaway. Let's have them in here. And that didn't work. And so they keep trying shenanigans. We'll get Seth MacFarlane in here to get people to watch. But if people aren't watching the movies that are being nominated, they're not going to want to watch the show. It's not going to be entertaining. And so this is like them going, oh, I know what we can do. We're not going to change the way we're thinking about what makes for a Best Picture. We'll make a new category so they can watch the MTV category of Most Popular Movie. It's just a weird thing to do. And so if they want to be a cinephile deal that appeals to people that want cinema to be important and push certain agendas and things like that, then be that. Or if you want to be popular, do that. But if you're making like an award show that doesn't appeal to the masses, you have to like go to the root of the problem. Why you're not connecting with the mass audiences, and it's not because you don't have a goofy category. I don't know who's this person that wasn't going to watch before because they haven't seen these movies, and then they're going to go because of the popular movie category. That's weird. So I just think it's kind of an embarrassing thing for them to do. They're just so out of touch. Like, they just don't understand why people aren't watching their show. And it's odd. Rich Reviews says, I would rather nominated stunt work, ensemble cast, voiced actor, motion capture, and casting director. I'm going to say I agree with every single thing you just said. Every single one of those categories is way better than adding popular film. Popular film is a horrible category because it's so subjective, and it's just so, like, it's such an odd thing to add when there's an actual skill set to stunt work. An ensemble cast is an important missing thing because there's great performances that work together. There's ensemble casts that are amazing. That's an interesting thing to talk about. Motion capture, the obviously appreciated thing that's becoming more and more common that you go, Andy Serkis, how has he not won something for that? He obviously should. Voice work, an amazing, important thing. Popular movie? I don't know. I'm excited to see who they nominate because it'll be interesting. Rich Reviews, how many theaters are genuine IMAX? I have no clue, but in Austin, there's only one. I think that there's 3 IMAX theaters in Austin. If you just kind of like, there's 3 places that are labeled IMAX. And only one of them is true IMAX, and that's the Bob Bullock Theater in downtown Austin across the street from the UT campus. Rich Reviews, weirdest theater experience. It's the same with the worst one. I've talked about it before. These guys watching porn in front of me. That's pretty weird. They're watching porn before the movie started and making weird porn, gross stuff during the movie. So that was very, very odd. Sorry about my nose starts itching when I talk for too long, and I've been talking for quite a while. It's your boy. Have you ever seen a film at Man's Chinese Theater? No, I've only been to, well, so I was born in California, and I think I went to Disneyland twice, maybe 3 times. I might have been to Disneyland 3 times, but all of that was before the age of 10. So I've done some stuff in the LA area, but I haven't really been there in a way that I remember. I've never been to the Man's Chinese Theater that I'm aware of. And if I have, I certainly haven't seen a movie there. I have some plans for a California trip this next summer. I have no clue if it'll happen or not. No clue. No idea. But possibly next summer, sometime in 2019, if the world goes the way I want it to, I want to do something interesting like that. Rich Reviews. I've only agreed with 4 Best Pictures since the Return of the King, or Best Picture since Return of the King since 2003. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with the... I don't know exactly what it is that the Best Picture category seems like it's drifted into like this... Like they want movies to be important. That seems to be their key thing. They want important movies to win. And I don't know what that is. Like I don't know what's exactly driving that. I don't want to get conspiratorial, but it seems like they're trying to like make themselves like, look what we did, like trying to pat themselves on the back by nominating and letting movies win that have some message, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But when you're picking movies that most people haven't seen, most people aren't thinking that's the best movie of the year. They don't really know what the movie is. It's just you're choosing value sets. Like, does best mean important, or does best mean a movie that the most people went, that was incredible, that stirred my emotions, that said something to me, or is it? It's been weird. Richard's thoughts on Operation Finale movie with Oscar Isaacs. No clue what we're talking about. I haven't heard of it. Rich Reviews. Will you ever travel to the last remaining blockbuster in the United States, which is in Oregon? I doubt it, because it'll probably be closed by the time I'd be able to do that. But that wouldn't. If I'm in Oregon for some reason, that'd be interesting to stop by. But that's not like I'm going to take a vacation to Oregon. I mean, if I'm going to travel somewhere, I'm going to go to New York City. I'm going to go to California. I'm going to go to Denver. I'm going to go to Orlando. I'm going to go to the mountains. I'm going to go skiing. I'm not going to go to Oregon to go to a blockbuster. Better close out pretty quick because my nose is starting to kill me. And while this stream has only been 25 minutes, I've actually been talking for an hour straight because I did talk to myself for 20 minutes. Rich Reviews. Weirdest for is that a local Carmike theater stored their popcorn in a storage closet. Weird. We don't have Carmikes where I live, and maybe that's a good thing. It's your boy. Have you seen the episode 9 set photos? No, I don't really normally look into things like that. I don't normally want things to be spoiled in that manner or be exposed to something for the first time via kind of these behind-the-scenes set photos. So I haven't tracked a lot of that stuff. And then this week I just haven't tracked movie news either because I've been taking the break. So wherever that kind of came up, I just didn't see it. So I have not. So there you go. Oh man, I have got to go and pop some. I don't know what I should take, but anti-nose itch pills, spray, or whatever it is that would help my nose. I am dying. Ugh. Sorry for being awkward and gross on camera. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching, and yeah, I'm back. I'll be posting reviews. Go check out that searching review I posted earlier today. Tomorrow, Predator will be dropping. I think Tuesday, Kin drops is when I'll be doing my review for that one. So there's some thoughts on what's coming this week. Talk to you later.